What up, YouTube Gen X? Okay, oftentimes I'll do a video based off of a conversation that I've had with my brother, or sometimes he'll ask me a question and I'll speak on it because he knows I do make videos and he watches them from time to time. So in this one, he wanted me to talk about what makes well-to-do black men, I guess, so unique. And you can, for this video, don't necessarily think about the whole dating relationship aspect. Kind of remove that from the equation. I'm just talking about overall, right? So not just unique to the black community, but unique to just America at large. And I would say that it's because we're not supposed to be well-to-do. We're not supposed to be on college or at college. We're not supposed to hold certain jobs or positions because historically that's just not the status quo. That's not the nature of life, right? You know that after Monday is Tuesday, after Tuesday is Wednesday, right? Black men are not supposed to be in college. Black men are not supposed to be professional, right? So when you're going against that, you are literally rocking certain people's fundamental beliefs. Like literally, um, it's crazy to meet somebody who's never been around black people. Literally, you go to school and you will meet people that have never seen black people. And the only thing they know about black people is that we're athletes or we're criminals or however. So the fact that you're there and you're there because, you're just a smart, person, they can't even hide the fact that they're amazed. I have so many people who have flat out said, I don't even know if I'm being disrespectful, but it's just weird seeing you in this environment because they have literally never seen black people before. And even, and I'm not going to say that they've seen other groups as well, but when it comes to what they have understood about who goes to college and who's professional, black men never showed up. If anything, they can comprehend the whole idea of black women being professional and, being in college and well-to-do. But for black men, that's not the case. Um, and it's funny because you'll have people that will even try to disqualify you, right? Um, going off of the whole affirmative action, people, in order to deal with the fact that, or in order for them to not have to deal with uh, the idea that their fundamental beliefs are being challenged in regards to black men doing well, they'll hold on to affirmative action in regards to, you're only here because of that. You're only here because somebody has to fit some racial quota, right? That's why you're here. So if we took that away, you wouldn't be here. And that's their way of dealing with it. Or you'll have people, and I'm sure most black men, you've heard this before, you'll have a conversation. Oh yeah, you went to college. Oh, what sport did you play? They won't even ask you, did you play a sport? They'll say, oh, what sport did you play? On that, we know you played a sport. Which one? Football, basketball, track. Which one did you play? Right? Because if you didn't have sports, you wouldn't be at school. And once again, that's their way of disqualifying you. And sometimes people will do it on purpose, and sometimes people won't even know it. Because I've had black people say that to me, right? I've had black people that couldn't understand the fact that I got to school on academics, right? And for certain black people, they don't understand this whole concept of going to school as a black person and not doing a sport, right? I've seen people, the younger people, high school and whatnot, who have grades, good grades that they can get to school on their grades alone, but they're playing a sport, and mommy and daddy are like, man, you better be good at this sport, because they truly thought that that was the only way that their child can go to school, right? So I can't say that, people do that on purpose, but there are people who will use different sort of disqualifiers to, you know, um, hold on, that will enable them to hold on to their fundamental beliefs that, black men aren't supposed to be well-to-do, black men aren't supposed to be, in college, black men aren't supposed to be educated. And once again, this extends to the professional workforce, right? Um, and this is where you really feel the whole idea of affirmative action and whatnot in terms of how people truly feel, right? And it kind of snags black men in the butt when we want to go apply. People don't want to accept the fact that, hey, we're just as good or maybe not even better. They don't want to accept that fact because it challenges what they know, what they believe. So they do have to run to affirmative action. They have to run to it and say that you're only here because of some racial quota, which is definitely unfair. Um, but on the flip side, you do have people that love it. Whether they're black, white, you do have people that love it. I've had a handful of professors and other people who loved the fact that I was who I was and I was where I was, and that I was trying to go to where I'm trying to go, and the fact that I wasn't an athlete, right? The fact that, their school didn't really have that sort of racial quota, right? They loved it because I was an anomaly to them. I was, somebody who was doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing. So they wanted to know how I thought. And this is where our value truly kicks in. The fact that we're there and that we're not supposed to be there. And some may say that it's been designed for us to not be there. How did we get there? What do we know? Going back to problem solving. If I'm an employer, right, and I have to choose between a white guy from Yale and a black guy from Yale, I'm going to choose the black guy because it's like, yo, you were able to make it through this institution, and historically, you weren't supposed to. What do you know? You must be able to solve a whole lot of problems, or you must be able to bring um, a new perspective that must have been previously unknown to me. Um, because you're just not supposed to be here, and you have people that love it. People that love to be around you because it's a break from what they know. It's refreshing to see somebody that doesn't have the same background. Like literally, even in my graduate program, we'll try to make stuff personal, and we'll try to add a new approach. And oftentimes they're looking at me because I'm the only one that has a different story. Everybody else has that same sort of default story, right? But I'm coming with something new, and it's kind of like, whoa, you have problems I never even thought about, yet you're still here. What more can we learn from you? So like I said, you do have those people that love to see you. You have those people that will support you. And at the same time, you'll have people that will try to disqualify you. But at the end of the day, um, I would definitely say what makes the well-to-do black man so unique is the fact that he's not supposed to be there. And that everybody, including other black people, will kind of unwillingly co-sign that point. It's awkward, right? And you'll have people who will love it. You'll have people who love the fact that it's something new, something different, something that they can learn from or say that they're a part of. And then you'll have the groups of people that will want to disqualify you. Like I said, they'll either, run to some racial quota or affirmative action. They'll run to, oh, he must be an athlete. Or you'll even have black people that will say he must be a sellout. He must not be real. He must have, forgotten who he was. Simply put, right? Because in terms of the status quo of America, right, we are not supposed to be um, in certain areas of life. We're just not supposed to be there by default. So the second that you are, just showing up, you're destroying the game, right? And with that being said, um, that's why for a lot of people who, like myself, who are into doing the whole role model, mentor sort of relationship, I'm one of those people that have said, listen, you're doing a lot just by being there, by showing up, and you being a black male, you haven't said anything, but just the fact that you're showing up and you can say you're in college and that you're not an athlete, like by default, you're fucking with people. Little kids are looking at you in awe. Wow, what's going on? You have people that want to disqualify you. You have people who are upset. You have people who love you. They don't even know you. They want to be around you. They want to know what you know. right? You know, you have people who detest you because, you know, they think you're there because of some racial quota, or, you know, it's just a whole lot that goes on to that. So anyways, hopefully I touched on it. Uh, you know, definitely a good question. Definitely, and I think that's one that I think a lot of black men ask themselves, you know. So let me know what y'all think. Y'all take it easy. God bless.